Welcome to Into the Night. I'm Nari, your guide on today's excursion down a twisted path. Be careful not to get lost. Be it dark or light, it's easy to lose your way. Are you ready? Then let's begin. Asking for a Friend, Part 1. Sitting in the darkness, the blue glow emanating from the screen lit up Rodney's face. His palms felt sweaty, and one foot bounced his leg up and down with nervous tapping. Tonight, Rodney was lonely. He'd been lonely his whole life. When he was 5, his father left, never to be seen again. Not long after that, Rodney knew why his dad abandoned his family. He had saved himself. Now that his father was no longer around for her to rail at, his mother turned her belittling ways toward Rodney. He winced, thinking about it as memories flooded back.
You know, Jack isn't really your friend, Rodney. His mother told me that Jack goes home and makes fun of you to his family and the other kids in your class.
Rodney could hear his mother's voice say that, and 1,000 other hurtful comments. As an adult, Rodney knew that his mother wasn't above lying to him.
I don't know that Jack ever did that, but I was 6 years old and believed her. In my pain, I stopped asking Jack over. I stopped playing with him. Eventually, he found other kids to play with.
Jack was one of many people Lenora had driven from her son's world.
She wanted me to be isolated so that she was all I had. And it worked.
Rodney wiped his forehead with his sleeve.
Dad must have gone through it too, and finally he couldn't take it anymore. I wish he'd taken me with him.
Rodney knew he was socially stunted. He carried that shame with him every day. He found himself tonight wondering if what he contemplated was another embarrassing proof that he was deficient and unlovable. Still, he stared at the screen on his computer.
I've never done anything like this. Am I being stupid? I'd be so embarrassed if Mom found out. I can just hear her now. Are you so pathetic that you stoop to this, she'd say.
Rodney rubbed his hands on his pant legs, trying to rid them of the perspiration that seemed to ooze from every pore.
No one is going to know, and Maggie seems so nice. She gives such good advice, and really cares about her readers. I'm going to do it.
Taking a deep breath, he clicked open his email tab and then hit compose. He didn't have to double-check the address. He'd memorized it for weeks, months even. He typed askmaggie@ridleytimes.org in the address line. Where it said subject, he typed, asking for a friend.
Dear Maggie, I'm hoping you can give some much-needed advice. What should someone do if they are constantly criticized by a parent? Yes, this person still lives at home, but he feels obligated to help his mother with bills. He has a growing online sales business and brings in enough money to contribute to the household. I guess what I'm saying is that he's not just a slouch mooching off his mother. It never matters if he succeeds or fails. His parent finds reason to complain. Sometimes she is most brutal when he is successful, as though she's angry something good happened for him. Any suggestions would be appreciated. Sincerely, asking for a friend.
Rodney took a deep breath and hit the send button. The next day, Rodney scanned the Ask Maggie homepage hoping for a response. He slumped in his seat. Nothing. I knew it was stupid to reach out to her. The next day, however, he could hardly believe his eyes. There it was. His letter was featured on the website, and Maggie had responded. Rodney's heart beat wildly as he read. Dear Asking for a Friend, thank you for contacting me. Family dynamics can be difficult, no doubt, and this situation must feel dreadful. Parents can have insecurities that make them isolate and belittle their children out of fear that they will lose the child and be alone themselves. I suggest that anyone in this situation should first sit down with the parent and tell him or her how this makes them feel. Maybe the parent doesn't realize how badly this damaging habit of theirs is affecting their child. Give it a try and let me know how it goes. Sincerely, Ask Maggie. Rodney jumped from his chair and ran around the room.
Yes, yes, yes! She answered me!
That night, Rodney approached his mother. It did not go well. He returned to his room in the basement and composed a new email using the same asking for a friend subject line.
Dear Ask Maggie, thank you for responding to my previous letter. Unfortunately, the parent in this instance yelled and screamed, calling the son crazy. She claimed she never said anything negative and told him, I always knew you were mentally unstable, but this is over the top. She went on to say, you're always blowing things out of proportion. If you think I'm bad, you should have heard what my mother said to me. But I never attacked her over it the way you just did me. I hate overused terms, but I think this parent is gaslighting her son. How can he make the situation better? Sincerely, asking for a friend.
Clicking send, Rodney rubbed his blurry eyes. The tears he'd cried earlier and the emotional battering he'd taken added to his exhaustion. He switched off his computer and climbed into bed. The next evening, he checked the Ask Maggie site.
I can't believe she responded already.
Dear Asking for a Friend, gaslighting is exactly what's happening in this situation. If this was a romantic relationship, I'd tell the person to leave. However, I understand that right now, he feels financially obligated to live there, and emotionally divorcing a parent is harder to do than breaking up with a girlfriend. It sounds like this is learned behavior on the mother's part, and toxic family cycles can be hard to break. Please check the Resources tab on this website to find helpful methods to deal with gaslighting. You can't control the other person's behavior, but you can employ tactics that make life less miserable when around them. Please contact me anytime about this or any other situation. Gaslighting is difficult to live with, and I would like updates from you. Sincerely, Ask Maggie. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Into the Night Anthology podcast, written by Caroline Giammanco, narrated by Nari, theme music by Nico Rodriguez. You can find our links in the show notes. Into the Night is on your favorite podcatcher, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review to help other excursionists to join us. I'll see you next time, and remember, whether in the shadows or in the daylight, all twisted paths lead you into the night. Hi, excursionists. I'm so glad you stayed. If you ever wonder what I'm working on when I'm not here, you can find my current and past projects at narinarrates.com. That's also where you can sign up to be a story in my library, where every story somehow finds its way back home.